What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 of NHL 25 Anaheim Ducks Franchise Mode Series. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting the last episode. If you can leave a thumbs up on this one as well, I'd really appreciate it. As you guys can see here, the Ottawa Senators actually won the Stanley Cup last year. We missed the playoffs by 1 point. We also lost the AHL Calder Cup final by 1 goal, Game 7 OT, after our goalie scored on himself. Show the clip there for you guys. I honestly could not believe that one. Probably the worst loss I've ever seen in any franchise mode I've ever done. So, hoping to get back from that. Now, before I show you guys the lines, or even actually send the preseason, I saw a bunch of comments saying how missing the playoffs last year was inexcusable. Our coach needed to get fired. I shouldn't have re-signed him. So, that's what I'm going to do here. As you guys can see, Wait will be fired. And then I'll just make the associate coach here the interim NHL head coach, and we'll go hire a new guy. I was already doing some scouting. I think the biggest thing for head coaches is coach influence. So you got 2 here with A+, 1 A teaching, the other A-. Either of these guys could work. I'm basically looking for team fit. Rivers here, 63%, and then Corbin, 59%. Okay, so definitely going to go Rivers. He's actually a lot cheaper than our current head coach. I don't really see him saying no here. He doesn't even have a job, but I'll have to wait a couple days to hear back from him. And here we go, guys. Rivers is coming in as our new head coach, so hopefully he can, bring some jump to this team. And I already set the lines, but I actually haven't looked at them since, changing the head coach. Okay, so yeah, the chemistry is definitely different. We had +4 before in the first line. Now it's a +3. Second line there gets no bonus, but again, chemistry isn't everything. Also, too, I should tell you guys what the lines are looking like. So Zegras, Carlson, Quinn. Again, was looking to maybe move on from Quinn. We'll see. Belchetz, McTavish, Rondell, Seneca there, McQueen, Terry. Terry could be packaged. Bystedt, Trocheck, Lesterainen. Defensively, Mintyukov, Tersambayev, Pesci, Zellweger. That actually went up. We get a +3 now. Sanheim, Radish. Goaltending, of course. Knight still starting. Zykov backing him up. I saw some people saying Zykov should have been traded away after scoring on himself. We'll give him a chance here. 1 year as the backup. If he actually does decent, we could always trade away Knight and save, what is that, $6 million in cap space. Obviously, I'd probably rather, keep him, but we'll see what's out there. Belchetz here actually getting a chance on power play 1. You can see first unit there gets +5. Second unit, no boost, but again, younger players that look good. 4-man 1, 4-man 2, which actually gets a -2, but that's all right. PK-wise, okay, so we're actually running a different style here. We got the diamond. I'm opposed to, I forget what the other one was, but it was not a diamond. So we'll see if maybe, it makes the boys play better. Same units are out there. Again, just new coach coming in with his own strategies. So we'll see how this team does. Obviously, they should be a playoff team on paper. Now, having said that, I do think we still need at least like 1 more superstar, and or the young players got to step up, like Belchetz, McQueen, Seneca. We need all these guys to get like, +3, +4 in rating. Now, looking at the AHL team here, you got Fisker, Molgaard, Petra, Olsen. Not a bad first line. This Brain guy could actually potentially be a sick player for us. Already starting 9 at 20. Late first round pick back in 2028. Neiman there could be a 4th liner. Nate Danielson. Apparently there's a bust there for the Red Wings. In terms of the defense, you got Solberg, Nelson. Solberg was kind of a bust for us. He's only 24, so he still might end up being a low 80, but not a lot of time left. Donovan, Leno, Warren, Wirtson in here. He's elite potential. Same with, I think, our 4th line left wing. Suhanik, their AHL starter. Koltiainen backing him up. He's also elite potential. So we definitely have some guys we could move here, make a splash, but I kind of want to just see how they do with this new head coach. And I just simmed through the rest of the preseason, guys. We're actually 5-1. I see our goals for per game in the preseason 17th, so pretty average, but our goals against is 2nd. So maybe the team will keep that up, although our power play percentage there is dead last. We have not scored a power play goal in the preseason, so I mean, hopefully that's just a fluke. Take a look at the ratings, 92, 92, 86. Again, not sure exactly what to expect, but I think we should be a playoff team. And now for this year's season goals, guys, we're just going to try a bunch of crazy stuff. Hopefully we can hit. So Mintyukov here, going to tell him to go out and win the Norris. Obviously, it can be pretty tough to do going up against McCarr and Hughes, but really trying to give these guys some big goals to strive for. And now Belchetz here, guys, I'm asking to get 30 goals. I'm pretty sure he's actually the finisher on power play 1. He's already got 99 power. This will increase his accuracy. That's definitely doable. And now looking ahead to next season, guys, you can see Mintyukov here needs a new contract. Kind of interesting, his potential drop from low franchise to low elite after being medium elite. I feel like 92 overall, he's kind of already proved he's elite, so that potential, yeah, it doesn't make the most sense. He wants 13.3, our extension dollars. We got 21.5. We only do need him for 1 year. It doesn't really change at all, though. And in terms of the organization interest, it's really not that high. I did ask him to win the Norris, so I should probably sign him. Pesci, Sanheim. We'll lose at least one of those guys. That's probably just where his money comes. Darren Radish as well. We could probably lose and still be okay. Philip Bystet's going to want 2.3. I like him on the 4th line, but not that price. Goalies are signed. Okay, so I guess we just got to get Mintyukov under contract. Let's see if we can charm him. He has been with us for a while. Unfortunately, not going to work. I don't understand that. Like, we drafted the guy, but still, we'll say 8 years, 13.3. Let's see if we can improve it with clauses rather than money. Offer him a no move clause, full Obviously, we only have 1 year left. I don't see us trading Mintikov, so might as well just do like the full no move. And after that, he says he's open to contract negotiation, so that's good. He is at like the max there for the contract. Let's see if he would take $1 million off. Still pretty high, so I think we probably can get him for like 12.3 here. Maybe even a little bit less. And he's still down to take more off. Okay, I don't want to take off too much. Let's try and get him like 11.5. Seems like he's still good with that. So 11.8 million, no move clause, 8-year deal. I think for 92 overall D-man and 2030. That is a, pretty good contract. And there we go, guys. Mintikov said yes. That's awesome. Again, we're probably going to lose Pesci or Anaheim for next season, but we got our number 1 coming back. All right, guys. So we just finished sim to the end of December. We have a record here of 18, 12, and 5. Currently 3rd place in the division. 1 point on the Canucks. 2 points on the Sharks. Kraken are close. In the Central, the Preds are close too. I think we started out the year 9-3, which means since then we've been playing 500 hockey, 9-9. Hopefully we can start heating up though. AHL team looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, 3rd place in division, 18-6. I guess those other teams though, Barracuda especially, 4 extra games played. So take a quick look and see AHL scoring leader here. It's Pastujov, 27 points. And in the NHL, it's actually Trevor Zegras. So I think we'll just sim to the trade deadline here, guys. And if we are in a playoff spot, I'm thinking we're going to try and add big, really, push this team over the top. All right, guys, so with the deadline now, with the record here, 30, 24, and 7. The Hurricanes are crushing it, 40 and 19. We are 1 point back of a playoff spot there. The Canucks have 68. We have 67. We do have 2 games in hand. In the Central, there, the Preds have 72. So we're definitely right there. Even the Kraken, they have 2 games in hand on us, and we're only a win back. So we definitely can make the playoffs still. In terms of the AHL team, 31, 15, and 4. Still only 3rd in their division, even though, they're doing really, really well right now. So hopefully, they can keep it up. Pastujov there already has 50 points. In terms of the NHL team, it's Zegras already at 62. Zellweger, wow, Zellweger is actually outscoring Mintikov. I think that's the first time that's happened this series. Jack Quinn there, already at 25 goals. Kind of funny. Our rookie goalie there is our rookie scoring leader because, of course, we have no rookies. So we will advance the day here. Again, gonna see what's out there. Hopefully some team has a really good player for us to actually go out and get. Obviously, if they're on the trade block, we'll make them a lot easier to acquire. And we have, I think, a good amount of assets to make that happen. Robert Thomas there, would not be too bad. 88 overall, 1 year left. Josh Morrissey as well. Although I think our defense is definitely set for this year. Matty Beniers, Seth Jones there, Tara Vinen, Cernick there, Jake Neighbors, Sorelli, Dustin Wolf. I think, Spencer Knight should be good enough. Jaracek there. He might go to free agency. Okay, so could we go out and get Robert Thomas? I mentioned before, but I actually know him a little bit. We play video games sometimes, so it'd be cool to actually add him here to the team. Something we'll probably include Antilla in this trade, guys. 21, only a 58. You can see Kultiainen here, 2 years younger, already 5 overall higher. Now, that's not going to be enough. We'll have to throw in a decent prospect. Ideally, don't have to give up one of our, elite potential skaters. Although, we could make it happen. I'd probably look to move, one of these guys. So, say, Christie there, medium top 4. This is not going to be quite enough. Now, we do have our 2nd round pick back in this year's draft. After I thought I needed it for our offer sheet, although it turned out I needed 4 first round picks. This would be pretty equal value. Again, Robert Thomas, they're the best player on the block. So, hopefully, a guy that could actually push us over the edge. They say no, the value's too far off. Now, we could throw Helmerson into this trade as well. He's a medium top 6 forward there, unsigned. This is a lot to give up, but again, we got 2 years left. We're trying to win a Stanley Cup. No time left to rebuild. And now they say yes. Okay, so that's a huge ad. And I just realized too, totally forgot to show you guys when I was looking at the team. Adam Henrique there is a healthy scratch. So he's cost us 850K, but we're trying to, get his name on the cup. Trocheck here is now down to an 80. And we got him signed for 2 more years. Luckily, next year we can trade him to half the league, which, if he continues to drop, we'll have to do. Even though he's got nice defensive stats, I think they'll just be too low rated. Also, in terms of growth here, guys, you can see Zykov is actually 84 now. Save percentage just below 900. Take a look at Knight, 911 and 282. That's actually really impressive. Now, I want to try a different trade here, guys, with Columbus to get Porter Martone. Now, Troy Terry doesn't have Columbus in the teams he would go to. Unfortunately, his unsuccessful wave. I don't think I've ever had a player be like, yeah, I'll go there. It's no big deal. Koski here is now 90 overall, 23 goals, 30 assists. He's got a really good shot. Modified no trade. We are on it. Okay. Now, is Terry willing to go to Montreal? He is. Slafkovsky's going to cost us a lot more, though. But honestly, he'd be worth it. Immediately a first-line player for us. Wirtz in there we can add as well. I doubt he, becomes an NHL guy. I'm not sure why it's not displaying the time. All right, guys. So here's our offer for Slafkovsky. Terry, McPherson, Wirtz, and Radish. Value's way on our side. Trades rejected. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. This obviously is hard difficulty, but... I don't know, a 2034 second. We don't really have any first round picks. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I don't know why it's not showing the time. What is up with this? And the trade deadline is now complete, guys. So, obviously, we're still pretty happy with our trade for Robert Thomas. I was still trying to go out there and get us an even better sniper. Again, an upgrade there on Terry, but maybe that's something we look to do this summer. Now, looking around the league, you got Miroshchenko going to the Panthers, Lafferty to the Sens, Adam Beckman there to the Bruins, Jake Neighbors there to the Winnipeg Jets. Ethan Bear to the Penguins. Maverick Bjork there to the Kings. Dustin Wolf to the Red Wings. Interesting. David Jarechek to the Sharks. Of course, he was on the block. Our trade for Robert Thomas. Jordan Dumais to the Avs. Alex Vlasic there to the Devils. Jordan Spence to the Penguins. Lekker Amaki to the Wild. JJ Moser to the Hurricanes. Khrushchev there to the Kings. So definitely, obviously, had the biggest trade of the day. Got the number one guy on the block. And now look at the fourth line here, guys. Trying to decide who we're going to take out of the lineup. It's between Luster-Reinen and Bystedt, as Trocheck's actually got 29 points plus 12 rating. I'm thinking because Bystedt's on an expiring deal, not coming back to the team, we might as well take him out. Luster-Reinen obviously want to kind of keep, playing in the NHL, giving him those minutes. All right, guys, now after the trade for Robert Thomas, I'm going to see if Anton Frundell would actually add center to his position, because that's where I'm going to have him playing right now. So change position here. Oh, wow, he's actually open to it. It says successful. We want you to play center. Oh, and now it's a fail. So basically, he probably would have been open to playing right wing, but center's too much, which again, super funny because real life, he is a center. And now look at the team after the trade deadline, guys. We got Zegras, Thomas, and Carlson there as our first line. Carlson's actually going to be kind of like the shooter here. He's got 99 passing. He's also got the best shot, 4.5 stars. Robert Thomas, I think, needs to be in the middle there. He's got the quick draw X factor, 90 faceoffs. So the second line is now Belchetz, Frondell, and Quinn. Frondell here in game's a winger. He's got 65 faceoffs, really good defensive and physical stats. So I think he should do okay at center position. Third line's now a lot better. Seneca, McTavish, and Terry with McQueen, Trocheck, Luster-Reinen on the fourth. Obviously, no change to the defense. In terms of the special teams, though, they do get a big boost. We got Robert Thomas there on the first unit, which makes Jack Quinn now the finisher. And you can see Belchetz drops down the second unit. He's only got 14 goals, 18 assists on the year, even though he was playing second line, first power play. Just really not good enough. Maybe it's like the power forward player type, because, him, McQueen, Seneca, all these guys have been honestly really average. And also two guys in terms of the PK, Robert Thomas there on the first PK, one as well too. He's on first three-man PK. So he's going to be getting a ton of ice time here, trying to help lead us to a Stanley Cup. And I think AHL team, no changes there. All right, guys, so just finishing the rest of the season. Our new head coach's first year, he finished the record there, 42, 31, and 9. And we did get back into the playoffs. Third place in the Pacific, 93 points. We actually play the Kings there in round one. AHL team as well, they're making the playoffs, 93 points, so they have a chance for redemption, try and, get back there to the Calder Cup final. Pastuchos having an unreal year, 74 points in the AHL, that's really, really good. NHL team, you can see it's Trevor Zegras leading the way, over a point per game, and again, Zelecker there with more points than Mintyukov after we asked him to win the Norris and, pay him all that money. McDavid, 140 points, take a look and see what else happened in the rest of the league. So behind Zegras here, you got Jack Quinn with 78 points. That's honestly pretty impressive. 31 goals, 47 assists. So big year for him. And that's kind of funny because that was actually after I asked him to waive his no trade. He said no. So he showed up for us. Carlson, 73. Frondell, 61. Again, Zellweger had a big year. McTavish, 46. I'd like to see more. Mintyukov definitely had a down year. Need him to bounce back. Robert Thomas, 43. The minus 39. I'm hoping most of that's with the Blues. With us, 15 points in 20 games. Definitely, way better than he did with St. Louis. On pace for about a 60-point season. Belchetz, 40. Terry, 38. Trocheck, 32. Again, for fourth line, really good. Like, Seneca there, 27. I don't get it. Like, maybe it's because the shot accuracy's low, but actually, you know what? It could be the offensive awareness there only being an 80. Maybe that's also, playing a factor. I know in the past it wasn't a big deal, but they definitely could have changed that. Spencer Knight played a ton of games, 66. Had a 911 save percentage, 279 goals against. Zykov actually looked pretty solid there as in backup. Now, Suwanek here, 9-1 save percentage, actually really good. And Koltiainen backing up, 900 rate on. 64 overall. Again, he'll probably just end up being used in a trade, but the better he does, the better for the team. Behind Pastuchov, you have Neiman there, 60. Brain, 58. Fisker Mulligard, 47. So, I mean, a lot of guys there in that 50-plus point mark. Nate Danielson, he still has, he's gone down. I was going to say he still has top 6. He's actually gone down to top 9. If he still had the top 6, there's a chance maybe he could have grown and actually been a fourth liner for us next year. And now look at the entire league here, guys. You got Connor McDavid with 140 points, so looking like McDavid. Draisaitl right behind him. Aho popped off, 122. McKinnon, Svechnikov, McCarthy, so good. Matthews, Harvey Pinard with the Oilers, 105. I think he was just playing first line, McDavid and Draisaitl, because that is crazy. Wow, they paid him $10 million. It's kind of funny to see like random guys like that. Someone was asking about Daniel Sprong, another 102-point season. What the heck? In the first year of the Canucks, he had 50 points. So he must have been playing like top 6. Then he goes and signs with the Hurricanes, 57, 70. Then he just pops off 91, 104, 93, 102. And he's actually not even that high rate. He's an 83 overall right now. Popping off. Like, shot there's kind of like Belchetz, high power, low accuracy. I don't know how this guy's getting it done. Also, too, guys, in terms of the goals, Draisaitl at 72. Oh my goodness, what a year for him. Defensive scoring, obviously, McCarr will lead the way, followed by Hughes there. again, those two guys just kind of run the NHL in terms of the defensemen. Skinner there, the most wins for a goalie. Save percentage looks to be Shesterkin with a 919. Curious, what do you get paid in this? Because obviously 6.4, maybe that's like his, second contract from real life. Because in real life, if you guys don't know, he turned down 11 million, which I thought was pretty fair. Apparently, he wants to get like 12 plus, maybe 12 and a half. Goals against there for a starter looks to be Stuart Skinner, probably going to win the Vezina. And then rookie skaters here, we did not have one. Berkeley Catton just now breaks the NHL. He was only an 83. Super interesting. Some of these guys just slow to grow. But he had 63 points in his rookie season, so that's solid for him. And now look at the entire league here, guys. You got the Oilers winning the President's Trophy. And the LA Kings were playing first round. We're 5th in the league. Should be coming up, I think. Okay, yeah, we were 12th there in the NHL. Top 16 all do get in. Last place here in the league is the Calgary Flames again, 48 points. Jeez. Goals for, Oilers there in first. I do not see us, but we're also not at the bottom, so that's good. And then goals against here, the Rangers had the best. We actually had, what is that, like 7th best goals against. So defense, even though they're not scoring as much this year, they're shutting it down, getting good play from our goaltenders. Have to score a bit more. That's why we brought in Robert Thomas there, try and help with that. But gonna have a tough test here, first round against the LA Kings. All right, so they got this Marvin Crabbe guy, 91 overall, first line, playing with Byfield there and Kempe. And then on the second line, you got Alex Laferriere, playing with Michael Misa and Kurashev. Foodie there, Horvat, 78, Semenov. I mean, interesting. Even Stenlin, the 79. Defensively, they're the team that signed Quinn Hughes. 96 overall, $17 million they paid him. Okay, so I don't even think we had that when I was looking to potentially get him. Obviously, though, it's worth it. Him and Makar run the league. If you can get a guy like that, you got to go do it. Paired up with Brant Clark, who's an 89. After that, they even have Samuel Girard still. So Lukan's now their starting goalie. Blomqvist's backing him up. So yeah, we got to shut down Quinn Hughes, which isn't going to be easy. They've also got a really good top line. So give me a good test for our team. We can beat them. I feel like we should have a good shot. Obviously, the Oilers will be tough too coming out of the West. But the first two games, guys, are in LA. Probably just take the subway or something down. I know Anaheim's like bordering city. And let's see. First game's a 4-2 loss. Second game's a 4-2 loss. All right. Hopefully can at least pick up one win here back at home in Anaheim. Game 3 is a 4-3 win, and Game 4 is a 5-2 win. Let's go. So tie the series up. Game 5 now, heading back to LA. Hopefully we have the momentum. And we do. 3-0 win. Game 6 back at home. And 3-1 win. Let's go. And speaking of Edmonton, that's what we got in round 2. So now look at the Oilers team here, guys. As I said, they got Draisaitl, McDavid, Harvey Pinard on that first line. So we're pretty top heavy. They got really nothing else after that. Like Hyman there's down to 82. They've even got a 74 Hopkins there. Fourth line right wing. Alex Wenberg down to 75. Fourth line left wing. You can see Draisaitl and McDavid are now 35, 34 respectively. Still, running the NHL. Nurse and Bouchard's on the top pair. They're still there. Then have Artem Zub, Romanov as a Russian defensive pairing. Hinola, Yuki Harju on the bottom pair. So that's actually not a bad defense. Skinner again could win the Vezina this year. Had the most wins. So obviously the LA Kings were a tough test for us. Edmonton Oilers here. Give me the toughest one. President's Trophy winners. We can beat them. We can beat anybody. First two games here are going to be in Edmonton. And first game's a loss 2-0. Second game, though, is a 5-3 win. I will take 1-1 headed home. Hopefully, can at least get one more win here at home. 4-3 OT win. That's a close one. 3-1 win Game 4. Let's go. Game 5 headed back to Edmonton. 3-2 loss in OT. I mean, both of our losses were really close games. 2-0, then 3-2. Game 6 here. Chance to advance at home. Come on, boys. 5-3 loss. All right. So, Game 7, do or die in Edmonton. Winner moves on to the conference final. Obviously, we've already been there a couple times, but we'd like to get back. Here we go. First period, we're up 2. Troy Terry, Jeff Skinner. Okay, maybe Troy Terry we hold on to. And 2-2. Granlund on the power play. Was he like the 74 right winger, fourth line that I was talking about? I think he was. All right, so shots. Well, I think to start the period, it was 2-2 with 22 shots, which is pretty funny. Jack Quinn, let's go. We needed that. Philmont. For a second, I thought that was our guy. Hill Carlson answers back immediately. I hate that it's like orange on orange. I wish it would, use a secondary color because I just see the orange popping up and I think it's us. 4-3 lead, less than 5 minutes to go. Hold on for 47 seconds. Let's go. Somehow, this team beats the President's Trophy winning Edmonton Oilers, and we're back to the conference final. Are you kidding me, guys? After taking out McDavid and the Oilers, we now have to take on Bedard and the Blackhawks, so not getting any easier, that's for sure. So we got to take down another superstar here. Teravainen and Bedard and Nazar on the first line. Samoskevich, Roslovich, Kiskakov. You got Hein in there, Yarncroc, Holmstrom, Chromiak, Ponomarev, Lorentz. So, I mean, bottom 6, definitely not great. Korchinski's up to an 89, playing with Jones there. Good top D pair. After that, though, like, wow, that's honestly really rough. That bottom 4, I think, is worse than our AHL bottom 4. It's, yeah, I'm almost positive. Komiso 81, Allmark 80, still has the zone ability. That is interesting. And I guess I should point out, guys, Connor Bedard's now 96 overall. He's currently got 11 goals in 12 playoff games. Are you kidding me? Shot there is ridiculous. I mean, all of his offensive stats are. I'm curious, too. What is his awards looking like? He's got 2 years left to an $11 million deal, which is actually pretty team-friendly. And then take a look at the awards. 2 Rockets there. He's got Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, Calder, Lady Bing. Not too bad for a 25-year-old. And because we're now in the conference final, we'll sim period by period. So, game 1, we're down 1. Roslovich there. 2-1. Teravainen for them. Zegras for us. 4-2. What a comeback. Zegras again ties it. Robert Thomas game winner. Pesci there at the empty netter. For good measure. Let's go. Up 1-0. Obviously, this is where we want to be. So here we go, guys. Game number 2. And down 1 again. Yarncroc for them. 2-1. Okay, it's the exact same. Troy Terry. Chromiak there. Shorthanded. Third period. Can we do it again? Oh, no. Okay, so this time they hold on. Ponomarev. And then Bolduc there with the empty netter. Now in game 3 here, guys, we're back home in Anaheim. And we're up 1. Leo Carlson. 3-2. Come on. So Nazer, Heinen, Chromiak scored all in a row. McTavish, though, brought us within 1. And just Seth Jones there, power play, insurance goal. So now down 2-1 in the series. We got a big game 4 here, guys. I feel like this is always the biggest game because either you're down 3-1 or you're tied up and you're not too upset. So here we go. 0-0 after 1. After 2, 3-3. McTavish, Quinn, Frondell, Heinen, Teravainen, Jones. Third period's going to be big. And we hold on. Ethan Belchet's on the power play. Scores the game winner. Let's go. So we're all tied up here. Headed back to Chicago for game 5. Here we go, guys. First period. And we're up 2-1. Sanheim and Frondell. Heinen for them. He's actually been pretty good. 3-2. Bolduc, Nazer. All right. Can we come back? We're actually out shooting them. And 6-2. The opposite. We kind of fell apart there. All right, guys. Do or die time. Game 6 here. And we're up 3-0. Let's go. Robert Thomas with 2. Carlson with 1. 4-1. Belchet's gets 1. Jones for them. 4-3. Oh my gosh. Holmstrom was trying to play spoiler. 35 seconds brought them within 1. Luckily, they just ran out of time because it seemed like he was heating up there. But all of a sudden, guys, we got 1 game for a chance at the Stanley Cup final. All we got to do is go into Chicago and show them what's up. So let's see if we can do it here. 3-3. Stanley Cup appearance on the line. First period, let's go. Up 3. Mintikov finally shows up. Zegras, Lusterainen. 4-1. Lusterainen again. Connor Bedard got a power play goal. And 5-2. Zegras again. Roslovich for them. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, our first appearance here in the Stanley Cup final. Our head coach's first season as well. I saw in the Eastern Conference Finals Toronto versus Florida. And it's the Maple Leafs. All right, Anaheim, Toronto. This should be good. And I totally forgot to check the last couple playoff rounds, but I should be looking at our series matchup. So you can see the goalie stats here. Knight's got a 9.14. Ingram a 9.21. Really impressive. Lower goals against as well. Goals for per game were 7th. They're 4th. Goals against were 8th. They're 2nd. Oh, wow. Their power play is better. Their PK is better. Matthews, though, 1 less point than Zegras right now in the playoffs. So Zegras is kind of popping off. But overall, they have been the better team. Having said that, though, we went through the Oilers, who are the President's Trophy winners. We went through Connor Bedard. LA was like, what, 6th in the league. We've had some tough matchups. Maybe their road's a little bit easier. So looking at the Maple Leafs, I totally forgot they drafted McKenna first overall 2026. That's just a joke. To add him to Matthews, Marner, Nylander, like, come on. Fraser Minton there, second line center. Matthew Neisel on the team. Bemstrom, Cowan, Helenus. Then fourth line, you got Sikora. Tavares still on the team at 40 years old. Slychuk, defensively. No more, or actually, sorry, Morgan Riley's still there, but he's 80. Prelivier, Joseph, Korschak at the top. Matt Roy, Chisholm, Cormier. So the D is weak. And then they got an 85 Ingram. Like, oh wow, Zarenko's their backup. Of course, he was our backup last year. I feel like that defense should be kind of what we take advantage of. Like, very, very weak. Hopefully our forwards can actually, you know, pop off here. We got depth too, so should be good matchups. We're 12-8. They're 12-6. This is what you play for, guys. Game 1, Stanley Cup Final in Toronto. 1-1, Trocheck, Riley. You heard me calling him out, being an 80. 3-1 now. Lusterainen shorthanded. Brett Pesci gets a goal. And 4-2, we hold on. Helenus on the power play. Jack Quinn there with the insurance. And we're up 1-0. Game number 2 here, guys. Still in Toronto. I'm sure the Leafs fans will be going nuts for this one. Wow. And they'd be upset. 4-0. Thomas, Tursenbayev, Trocheck, Quinn. 4-1. 4-2. Okay, I was going to say if we blew that. I think Fraser Minton had both the Leafs goals. But all of a sudden, we are up 2-0 to Stanley Cup Final. Headed home to Anaheim. I mean, you can't ask for more than this. I'm glad I listened to you guys firing the head coach. I think looking like it was the right move. All right, game 3. And 1-0 lead. Troy Terry. Might have to hold on to him, honestly. McTavish there makes it 2-0. 2-1. We just barely hold on. Sakura there got one for them, but luckily defense, goaltending held up. So all of a sudden we have a 3-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup final. Also too, Spencer Knight, 2 goals, and 1 goal against in these 3 games. Like, he's actually playing so well. Knock on wood. You guys can hear that. Don't want to jinx him here. So game 4, a chance to win the Stanley Cup at home in Anaheim. Can we do it? I don't want to say anything else. Okay, here we go. First period. We're up 1. Trevor Zegras. And it's 2-1 now. Jack Quinn for us. Lucas Cormier for them. Resume simulation here. Shots are pretty equal. Can we hold on? Again, shots there pretty much tied. Austin Matthews, speaking of tied, ties the game. Mitch Marner scores, what, a minute and a half later, give them the lead. They have a power play. McQueen shorthanded, though. Let's go. He hasn't really done much. Play on the 4th line. All of a sudden, he shows up for us. Can we push this thing to OT? Toronto power play. Okay, this thing's going to OT. We gotta watch this, guys. Oh my goodness. So, game 4, Stanley Cup final, overtime. We win the cup. Leafs win. They survive another day. So, 93, 91, 88 are our stats now. I almost made it so I was playing. I cannot do that. Obviously, that'd be like kind of cheating here. So, I gotta make sure I am the coach. And actually, one more thing I want to do here, guys. Because the Anaheim Mighty Ducks never won a Stanley Cup. I'm pretty sure the first year they switched to being the Ducks is when they won it back in 07. I want to kind of pay homage to them. The 1993, 1994 jersey. We'll wear like the dark version. I personally, prefer the white. But we'll go with the dark here. The Leafs are wearing their white. Let's see if we can actually win the cup in this jersey. And not gonna lie, guys, it's so crazy. Just looking at this jersey with the Stanley Cup patch, all I can think of is Paul Kariya off the floor on the board. I was a huge Kariya fan. I was so bummed when they lost to the Devils. So maybe like this time they can finally get it done. And again, I was mentioning our ratings. I know our offense was 1 higher, defensively 11 higher, goaltending 3 higher. Like I said, huge weak spot for that team. Oh, they only have 80 defense. So kind of funny. Looks like all the fans showed up in orange. Then, I was like, you know what? We're actually... we're wearing like the eggplant jerseys, and oh my gosh, we're shorthanded here to start the OT. I didn't even realize that. So they got a 1-minute power play we got to kill off. If we can, though, I feel like the boys would be all, pumped up. Huge hit. I think that was Tursunbayev. Obviously gave up 4 first-round picks, so need him making big plays like that. To Thomas, the new acquisition from the deadline. Sanheim almost sniped that on the shorthanded. Matthews here, though. He's trying to make something happen. Okay, we got 2, big defensemen up there. Mintyukov. Tursunbayev. Frondell gets it. Nice dump. Again, I hate the new kind of dump animation where I feel like it does not go high enough, the puck. But about 30 seconds left here still in their power play. McKenna, kind of a nasty little bank pass to Marner. I was going to say a huge hit, but Marner bounced off it pretty nice. Thomas here. He's going for a skate. And it's not a good pass there by him. I'll let him know. What's he doing? Stanley Cup here. Frondell holding it here. Just killing time. Liked seeing that. Sanheim, do not let, Marner in on a breakaway. Come on. Nice dump there from Tursunbayev. And you got Matthew Knight acting like LeBron James, catching that puck. Fraser Minton tries to go short side, but Knight swats that away. Back to even strength here to Tavares, to Helenus. Tursunbayev gives it to Mintyukov. And all of a sudden, he's got some energy. He's just going to lose it, though. Helenus here. He's trying to do something. We got guys back, though. Nice poke. Oh, my gosh. I don't know who 16 was. I think that's Belchets. He was a little bit faster. I think he could have had a breakaway picking up that loose puck. Knies here on the outside. Nice little push just to get him off the puck. Are you kidding me? I think that was Matthews to Helenus. Rips it by Knight. Leafs survive another day. Alright guys, so here we go. Game 5 now in Toronto. I was really hoping we could have swept them one at home, but that's alright. I'll take a Stanley Cup. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. It's all the same. And we're up 2. Here we go. McTavish, the captain. That's what I want to see. 2-0. Are you kidding me? Tavares, McKenna, though. Tie it up. The Leafs will not go away. You know what? I respect that. So, 2-2 here to start the third. Almost halfway through. Power play. Come on. Leafs power play. The refs, we're just giving out power plays to them because we had one. Is that what's happening right now? Game management. All right, 5 minutes left here in the game. 5 minutes the rest of our lives. We're going back to OT. Let's do it. I really want to wear the 93-94 white jersey, guys, but maybe it's unlucky since the last time they wore this in a Stanley Cup final, they did end up losing. So we're just going to wear a regular away here, and maybe that'll be the difference maker for us. All right, guys, so one good thing, we're not in the PK to start the overtime this time. We actually have our first line, first D pair out there. Carlson got kind of smashed. Robert Thomas, though, almost sniped that. minute in on Ingram. Tried to go short side, top corner. It would have been nasty. And look at this. Playoff scoring leaders. It's actually Trevor Zegras at the top. Wow. Okay, so he's really stepped up for us. First line still out there. Big face-off win. Mintyukov. Oh, let's go! I wanted him to win the Norris. He kind of had an off year, but all of a sudden, he gets the game winner overtime, game 5, in the Scotiabank Arena. Maple Leafs fans, they would be, I feel like they'd be rioting. They'd be pulling to Vancouver. Let's go. Anaheim Ducks win the Stanley Cup. So funny, too. Like, last year, definitely underperformed. Missed the playoffs by 1 point. Then to come back with the new head coach after firing our last one and win the Stanley Cup. Was not expecting that at all this year. Wow, that is crazy. Obviously, we still have 1 year left too to try and run it back. Zegras there, as you'd expect, gets the Conn Smythe Trophy. 31 points in total. I mean, this guy's not even wearing a letter. Maybe we gotta slap the C on his chest. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Terry right now is wearing an A. Maybe we could take it off Terry because, yeah, Zegras deserves to be a leader on this team after that performance. McTavish, he won a Stanley Cup, so we'll leave the C on him. We're not going to, you know, pull a Maple Leafs, rip it off him like Tavares. And speaking of McTavish, guys, there he goes. Get the Stanley Cup. Well deserved. Took a while. I think, you know, with a lot of young players on this team, we weren't sure. You know, I was calling them out, those power forwards who weren't growing, but finally got it done. McTavish, obviously, led the Canadian World Junior team wearing the C. Now he does it with the Anaheim Ducks. Rocking a nice beard, too, for like a 25-year-old or whatever he be. I mean, who's first player to get it? It's got to be Trevor Zegras, right? Like, won the Conn Smythe. Was an absolute beast for us. He deserves it. And now next here, guys, a lot of different players. Could go Trocheck, the veteran. But honestly, I'm looking at Robert Thomas, the big, you know, trade deadline acquisition. I don't think we win the Stanley Cup without acquiring him. So, you know, I'll let him know here. He helped me win a cup with Anaheim. And obviously, too, it would have been cool to give the cup to Henrique, who's scratched right now. But I'm really hoping at least his name will pop up in the cup. I think it should. I feel like it'll show like all your NHL players, both healthy and scratched. It seems like it would just be the easiest thing. And then finally here, guys, it's either Trocheck or Knight. I think Knight, like, honestly, that trade made for him. We got some, like, you know, established goaltenders. Never really had to worry about that position since, like, what, year 2 or whatever it was when we made that trade. So he deserves to lift this thing. And now next year, guys, you have the Team Stanley Cup picture. I gotta say, too, I guess those 93-94 jerseys were cursed because we won this one, like, what, in 2 minutes? Mintyukov with the clapper from the point. And then Stanley Cup champions, Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Let's call it the Mighty Ducks. Come on. Such a better name. And again, I'm really hoping Henrique's name will show up here. And there you have it, guys. Anaheim Ducks 2030-2031 Stanley Cup champions. Adam Henrique's name is on the cup. Let's go. I think he can retire now. Also, Bystead, of course, was scratched, but he definitely helped out. So, Mason McTavish, captain there. Obviously, a great squad, I think, we assembled here. And I totally forgot about the AHL team, guys. So, it looks like they won their first round against Colorado Eagles 3-1. They then swept the San Jose Barracuda in 3. They then swept the Griffins in 4 before losing to the Crunch in the Calder Cup final in, what is that, 6 games. Are you kidding me? They were actually tied up in the series 2-2, then they lost the last 2 games. That is heartbreak for the AHL team. Back-to-back finals to lose both times. Now, at least it wasn't Game 7 OT, scoring on yourself, but obviously, you know, it still sucks. And there you have it, guys. Anaheim Ducks Stanley Cup champs, Calder Cup champs, Syracuse Crunch. I mean, I think next year could be the AHL team's year. Like, they've been so close. NHL team, obviously, would be crazy to go back-to-back. The Canucks there, huge jump, 11-2. And to look at the playoff tree here, guys, you can see the Leafs beat the Bruins in 6, Sabres in 6, Panthers in 6, and then we beat them in 5 after beating the Kings in 6, Oilers in 7, and Blackhawks in 7. So, I mean, like I said, McDavid, Bedard, they put up a fight, but we were the better team. Also, too, in regards to the playoff stats, obviously we know Zegras what popped off, 31 points there. Carlson was close to a point per game, same with Thomas. Jack Quinn, 19 points, not bad. Frontel, McTavish. I mean, overall, can't be too upset. Seneca got 10 assists, not a single goal, but we'll take it. Mintyukov, I mean, he scored the Stanley Cup winner. I would have liked to see more than 9 points. He also dropped in rating there right after we paid him, but luckily he did take a bit of a discount. Knight had pretty good stats, 917, 266. I mean, listen to me complaining after taking on the Stanley Cup. Obviously, we are very happy. Clarence Campbell there as well. McDavid, Art Ross Trophy, and the Hart. McCarr there, James Norris, his 4th straight. Just honestly a cheat code in this game. Aho, Lady Bing, Berkeley Cat and Calder, Zegras, Conn Smythe. Skinner there got the Vezina. But it was actually Shesterkin with the William Jennings. Okay, I think I forgot that. Now the Bill Masterson went to Brunick on the Flames. I hope I said that right. Preds coach Jack Adams. I mean, Kind of would have been the perfect year for our coach in the Jackals. Literally his first year, wins the cup. And even before that, like, you know, took our team to the playoffs, whatever. Crosby there, another Selke. I don't get it. 42. Like I said, the guy literally is better than Bergeron apparently at defense in this game. McDavid, Ted Lindsay, and then Draisaitl there, another Reach Richard for him. In terms of the AHL, guys, I totally forgot, but Syracuse actually beat us last year. So not only did we lose in the final 2 years in a row, we lost to the same team. Like I said, that's absolutely heartbreaking. Now, we didn't win the regular season. That was Calgary. In terms of most points, it was this Jeffrey guy. Kachuk there, MVP. Savard, most goals. Brain was actually best rookie. Okay, so like I said, we ended up a player there. Oliver Bonk, best defenseman, so probably a bust if he's still in the AHL. Bjarnason, best goalie. Another bust, I think, for Philly. Hendry there, MVP of the playoffs. Savard, not ours though, sportsmanship. Payer there, community involvement. And then Greaves, lowest goals against. So should be a fun summer just to try and add on to this championship roster. Should be, you know, pretty easy to sign free agents if we need to, since really hope they don't have that, you know, kind of bug, I guess you would call it, where guys will be like, honestly, looking for more of a contender after you win the Stanley Cup. It's like, what am I supposed to do? All right, so retired players. Speaking of Sid, what a career. 2,246 points in 1,846 games. So that firmly cements him number 2 all-time in NHL scoring. Well-deserved, like I said. What can you say about Sid the Kid that hasn't already been said? You got Kucherov retiring with him, John Tavares, Taylor Hall, so 3 first overalls, Landeskog there. Trocheck actually retired. We had 1 year left to pay him. Interesting. Obviously, he was trying to trade him. Monahan, Morgan Riley, Chris Kreider. Honestly, huge retirement class. I feel like everyone saw Sid was retiring. They're like, you know what? New wave NHL. Adam Henrique there does retire as a Stanley Cup champion. Let's go. Coyle there. I should say the same for Trocheck too. Seth Jones, Nichushkin, Carter Verhaeghe. Dougie Hamilton there was with the Blues down to a 79. Tom Wilson. Yeah, like look at the names. Again, I think people saw Sid was leaving and they were like, you know what? That's it for me. Goalies there, Linus Allmark, Charlie Lindgren, Merzlinkins. And now before I get to the draft here, guys, I had a top comment in the last video from Daniel Wright reminding me I had to do the offseason focus conversations. He said you can actually like gain a lot of potential and stuff with your players. You can also, you know, move them around positions. So for instance, Frondell, if you want to try to get him to play center. So for instance, Zegras here, definitely just want to, you know, make him better offensively. Because we don't have a lot of shooters on this team, I'd actually look for him to get a boost his shooting rating. So if his shot does go +2, that'd actually be huge for us. And I see why he recommended this now, as there's definitely different options here in the offseason than there are during the regular season. Tursunbayev obviously is just a really good defensive player. I think +2 defensive awareness, +2 discipline. Defensive awareness would also have the biggest impact on his overall, so we'll try that. I feel like I'll do it for the rest of the players, but the only one I'll show you guys, Frondell, like I said, I really like him to become a center, so we're going to see if he can become more adaptable for us, and then we'll ask him to become a center next season, because like I said, if we do bring back Robert Thomas, I do see Frondell still playing as a 2C. And to start those conversations, guys, we're at the draft now, so we'll take a look here. Again, this will be our last draft. Oh, wow. Finally have a non-medium elite. Hendrickson, franchise guy. Playing for the Kamloops Blazers. Kind of funny if you guys checked out my Be A Pro. Go and check it out. I was actually the goalie for this team. I thought, you know, had some fun with it. So, looking at gems, low elite guaranteed, like 7th round. That's pretty much it. The low top 6s, honestly, aren't great value. Oh, my goodness. Eric Ronaldo on the Spitfires. I love the last name. Not spelled quite the same as Cristiano Ronaldo, but pretty close. High franchise goalie. I'm guessing he's a high elite, but the fact that that's even available, wow, that'd be a crazy, crazy pick. Looks like it would be probably an early 3rd rounder. I'd really like to try and take a shot on him just because you don't see that very often. Those are the kind of guys, you know, I really want to try and draft. After that, like we have those 2 guys. Not a whole lot of other steals I'm seeing, unfortunately. Luckily, though, like it is the last draft, so it's not, you know, a huge deal. And unless you guys are trying to make a trade with the Rangers to move up in the 3rd round, get that goalie. As you can see, we've only got 3 picks in this draft, 2 picks the draft after, 2 picks the draft after that. Like, we really got depleted there with, like, the offer sheets and everything. I think the Rangers for sure will say yes, because that pick's on the block. We probably honestly overpaid, but it's fine. I want to get that goalie. 1st overall there, Hendrickson to the Flames. 83 overall, medium franchise. They've been, you know, pretty bad here, so he should come in and definitely help save that franchise. I actually saw, I think Huberdeau this year was the last year of that big contract. So rest of the 1st round, we got 83 medium elite to the Canucks, 82 to the Blues, a couple more, actually, sorry, 1 more, then the Capitals mess up. Utah there gets, and I actually saw they have like 490 overall forwards, so I don't know, honestly, how they're doing so bad. Devils get a nice pick at 11, 78 medium elite, even the Sens there, 63. The Kraken grab one at 15. So, I mean, there's still some pretty good players going here for sure. But like I was saying, I'm interested in Ronaldo, the Spitfire goalie. Okay, hopefully he's still here. Okay, he is. Eric Ronaldo. If he's actually high franchise, probably best pick I've ever made franchise. And He's a high elite. Okay, I figured that still. That's awesome pick. First pick in the 3rd round. And now look at this, guys. I was just about to try and trade Darren Radish signing rights for a pick. I was thinking about honestly including Sanheim as well, having a couple of younger guys on the bottom pair. Sanheim, I see, even though he's on an expiring deal, you got to talk to him for that modified trade clause, but we're actually missing Brett Pesce. I didn't realize, but he must have retired. Obviously, it's sorted by points. He's more of a defensive defenseman, so we lost Brett Pesce. Good to know. I'm going to try trading Radish here with Terrence for a 7th round pick with the Lightning. They say no. Okay, honestly, that was all we could do in terms of signing rights, so I'll probably just draft that one guy supposed to go like 7th round in the 4th here. It is the last pick in the 4th round, and honestly, probably was the best guy we found. Pedersen here, guaranteed low lead potential. And he's 53 overall, so lower rated, but not in the world. Honestly, for only having 2 picks, we got a high league goalie and a low league defenseman in the 3rd and 4th round. I'm honestly happy with that. And our HL head coach needs re-signed. Unlike the last one we had, I'll actually be re-signing this guy since he's brought us to back-to-back Calder Cup finals. And look at this, guys. His role is actually AHL associate coach. This guy's kind of like overperforming right now. And we're now at the re-sign phase here, guys, with just under 14 million in cap space. Robert Thomas, I'd like to bring back. He does want an extension, so let's see if we can enter negotiation here. So free agency almost upon us. I feel like after winning the Stanley Cup, charm should work, but I'm sure it's going to fail. Yeah, we just won a cup with him, and it fails. Okay, let's talk about the contract. I think he's looking for 4 years, so we'll offer the 4-year term. He's very interested in that. 7.3 million. That's actually really reasonable. We can improve the offer. Again, we only got 1 year left, so we're going to cheese it a little bit just by, you know, offering a clause. We'll say it's a modified no trade. We'll say there's less protection in future years, but immediate years, no. So 2019, I think that's pretty fair looking at that there. All right, he said it's acceptable. I mean, looking at the contract, it's almost, you know, max interest there. He's willing to negotiate, try dropping it like 500K. He says acceptable. Okay, so we're going to try offering 6.8 for 4 years on Robert Thomas. I think that's honestly really good. And the clauses there are also like pretty reasonable. And now, like I was saying, guys, Sanheim, Radish, they're both 35. I think they're both going to start dropping in rating, so I'm actually going to let both of them go. And again, in terms of the defense, this is the year for some of our young guys to step up. Like Tristan Leno's 27, Ty Nelson we could use. Solberg, like, at least get to an 80. Nelson here is actually pretty good offensively, like 91 passing. Maybe on the bottom pair, just, you know, chipping in here and there. I think 950K for a 2-year, he would say yes. He'll get back to us, but I don't see him saying no. Now, Solberg here. 850K, that's fine, 1 year. And honestly, guys, even right now, like looking at this defense, that's not terrible. Obviously gonna improve it, but worst case scenario is actually not that bad. We got that high elite goalie, potentially could use in a trade with some of our other elite skaters, you know, try and make a big time splash this summer. It looks like Seneca actually dropped in rating. So yeah, these two just absolute busts. Belchet's actually went up by 1, so that's good to see. And also, Terry went up by 1, now an 85 again. Okay. With Trocheck retiring, guys, I was curious what Bystat wanted. Still wants 1.8. That's just too much money, so I think we can find someone else. Honestly, McQueen, if everything goes right, will probably be a 4th liner with Lusterainen, and then we'll bring in somebody else. And there we go, guys. Our HL head coach is coming back, so hopefully it can bring us to a 3rd straight Calder Cup final. And Robert Thomas accepted his offer there. All right, there we go. I mean, won the Stanley Cup after bringing him in, so gotta be a good signing. Ty Nelson as well said yes, so I think that's it. Everything else I want to say was like AHL. Yeah, skaters, no expiring. Goalies, no expiring. We still have 7.8 million. We need at least 1 top 4 defenseman. I'd also like to try and make a trade for a top 6 forward. All right, guys, so here we go. Now at free agency, sorted by overall here. Lekkerimaki, 87. 10.8 million, give me a lot. Matty Beniers, 11.8 as well. 4 and 87. You got Hartman there. Okay, so looking like for both positions, we'll have to make trades. Condre Miller would be nice, but not at 7.7 million. There's just no way it can fit that into our team structure. Wow, like Joseph wants $6 million in 82. Now, I've seen people like on, you know, Twitter, Reddit, whatever, posting guys that are 84 asking for like 13 million. Don't see anything crazy like that here. So that's good. But I mean, even like Jordan Spence, $9 million for an 84. He did have 50 points last year, but kind of a lot of money still. And now the top goalie available, Edmonds, 89 overall, is an RFA. After that, you've only got 80. So it's actually interesting how like few goalies are available in free agency. I feel like I like this a lot better than in years past where there'd be like a ton of 82s available. Now checking 2A goalies, guys, you have another medium elite. Is this another undrafted? Wow. So there's just guys slipping that somehow all 32 team scouts do not find. Obviously, we'll make him, yeah, max offer there. He signs with us. I think we've traded away one, so I feel like, you know, once in a while we're actually allowed to sign a couple. AHL defense, we're going to need a couple. We've lost some guys, just, you know, them getting older. Wallenus here, hopefully I said that right, defensive defenseman. 91 shot block, 25-78. I think he'd be great in the AHL. Just give him exactly what he's asking. And I was talking about Oliver Bonk being a bust, but having said that, he could help out our AHL team. I think it was, what, AHL Defenseman of the Year he won last season, and all of a sudden he's a free agent, so we'll give him an offer. And, wow, accepted immediately. Let's go. Branstad Nygaard here. Are you kidding me? Another Red Wings prospect is a bust. 78 two-way forward. I mean, I'll bring him in, playing with Nate Danielson, and I'll just cry watching them in the AHL. And now Callum Ritchie's also here. Obviously, the day one roster we used did not have him being boosted after, you know, making the Avs. So that's the reason for that. And like I was saying, guys, so in regards to like the actual NHL players, I think all these guys are kind of overpaid. I feel like we can get a lot better of a player in the trade market. So we'll have to look around. Obviously, going to use, you know, some of those prospects we have. They're never going to make the team because we got 1 year left. All right, guys. So right now, trying to make a trade to Washington Capitals, get Matthew Schaefer. They actually got him in a really reasonable deal. He's an 84 overall defenseman with elite potential. Two-way defenseman there, I think, could help us out. You know, second power play PK. $2.2 million for 1 more year. Offering up Wurton in there, elite potential defenseman, plus Beckett Seneca. Again, he dropped in rating. I was giving him second power play, and he still only put up 27 points. He dropped in rating. I think just time to move on. They want both guys. We'll see what they say. Trades accepted. Okay, so all of a sudden our top 4 defense looks a lot better. I think we have the guys in the AHL to fill out the bottom pair. Next year, I actually want to make a move, though, and actually fill, you know, Seneca's spot. Also, this is kind of interesting, guys. We're just looking around the league. Ross Colton here, 87 overall, still at 34 years old. And it looks like the Avs have actually turned him into a grinder. I don't think he would have been a grinder in EA's roster. So just kind of interesting to see what the AIGMs are doing. And now looking around here, guys, the Red Wings have this Zach Campoli guy on the block. 21 years old, already 87 overall. High elite potential. Second overall pick in 2028. Unreal shot on him. I was actually looking at him with the trade deadline. Couldn't get a deal done. They've also got Lucas Raymond on the block, but 8.6 million. I'm thinking Campoli, he's probably going to want more than we have, but if we wait till like the end of the fall, hopefully you can still get him cheaper. So honestly, I'm going to go up like the 2 elite guys we have. They're not going to help us in the final year. McPherson, Kapanen. I feel like we could try and, you know, keep the high elite goalie. He would be the kind of, you know, successor, I guess, to Spencer Knight, who's currently 30. So those 2 guys, I don't even know if that's going to be enough. We'll try. Red Wings reject, quite far off in value. All right, so I guess we could also throw in one of our medium elite goalie. Ideally, I don't include Ronaldo. We'll try Conan first, then we'll just keep moving it up here to see what the Red Wings say. Conan's no, quite far off in value still. Kultiainen here, still rejected. I mean, he is a high elite player. We're offering 2 medium elites. Let's throw in the high elite goalie. We just got him, but whatever. Final year, come on. Trades accepted. All right, so I'm not sure. Maybe we could have gotten a better player, but like high elite guy, and again, it has to fit into our price, which is about $7 million. I think, you know, he could grow during the summer, put him first line, and be a beast. And look at this, guys. After trading from him, he actually has almost max organization interest, so we should be able to try him here. There we go. It doesn't usually happen very often. So I'm letting him know we want a 1 year. I was already looking at him in free agency. 1 year is when he's the cheapest. On a 1 year, he wants 7.7. Do we even have that much money? I don't know if we do. Let's negotiate it. He's willing to negotiate. Okay, just to make sure we have the money. Let's see if he'll drop like $1 million. Doesn't fully align. All right, let's make him a promise. Top 6 forward. Still doesn't fully align. Okay. All right. Increase the salary. 100K. That's actually all the money we have left. Doesn't fully align. Okay, so I think we'll have to talk to him again, like, beginning of the year, because we're not going to sign him, or if his asking price does drop during the summer. Look at this, guys. Campoli now only wants $6 million on a 1 year. We got 6.8, so we can actually just come in and sign him. I feel like 5.75. That should just get it done. And there we go, guys. He accepted the offer. So, I mean, we did the whole negotiation thing. And in the end, the easier way was just literally sitting up forward a month and, you know, making him wait and then sign him for a lot cheaper. And because I signed him to score a goal, guys, I want him to be a, you know, true sniper. I'm going to have a conversation with him here that says, I want you to go out and become a better shooter. And in regards to the captaincy, guys, like I was saying, we'll leave the C on McTavish. Carlson as well, we'll leave an A on. But I'd really like to give Zegras an A, so we're going to take it off Terry. Hopefully he understands. He's getting older there on the 3rd line. Not as much of an impact player anymore. So Zegras now gets to, you know, wear a letter. And next year, guys, we're having a conversation with the coach for next year. We'll see, you know, what his expectations are. I assume as defending Cup champs, he wants to win again. So we'll see his season goal here. And yeah, compete for the Cup. I agree. Also, too, I was being told we have to do preseason goals that will actually help boost your team. Okay, I see what he's talking about. Preseason focus. I assume if you don't do this, it'll just kind of be a general thing. So conditioning, endurance, acceleration, speed. I'm thinking skill is probably what matters the most. Although then your defense awareness goes down. Okay, that's not good. Deking, defense awareness. So honestly, let's just focus on team bonding. Try and get the, you know, all that up. I feel like that actually has probably more of an impact on the sim than it should. So we'll try that. Also, this is interesting, guys. So Campoli here, who we traded for, wanted to make sure he was still playing top 6 minutes. So I guess that conversation we had still, like, affected the contract we gave him after, even though, like, we didn't, you know, renegotiate. I thought it kind of reset, so that's interesting as well. And now for next year, guys, I'll show what the team is looking like. I'm really excited. So first line here, finally got all 90s. Zegras, Carlson, Jack Quinn. They're getting a +3. Also, too, I told Jack Quinn to get his shooting up. As you can see, it has gone up a little bit, so that's good. Hopefully, he can score more goals this year. Campoli there on the second line gets a +5, playing with Thomas and Frondell. Frondell's got 95 passing. Thomas there 90, just feeding this dude the puck. Again, highly potential, good shot, very accurate. I think that top 6 could be nasty. Even the third there, Terry, McTavish, Belchet's, like all of a sudden, this team is so much deeper. Fourth line, Neiman got a call up. Defensive awareness could be higher, but good stick check, really good physical at 5 stars. We got McQueen there, fourth line center. Lusterinen on the right wing. Defensively here, you got Mintyukov, Tursunbayev, top pair. Both 91s now. Zellweger, Schaefer there on the second with Solberg and Nelson on the bottom. So a couple guys that did their time in the AHL finally get a chance on the NHL team. Also too, Solberg's only at 79. I could have Tristan Leno play that spot instead. He's 80 overall, so 1 higher, but the chemistry drops by 1. So it's like, with the difference, Leno's playing like an 81. With the +2, Solberg's also playing like an 81. And then Solberg there, you guys can see, had 4-star defense, with Leno's only 3 stars. So I feel like for the bottom pair, I like Solberg there. He's also younger, so he actually could grow during the season. Goaltending, Knight's now at 90. Oh my goodness. I mean, come on. He had a really good season, won a Stanley Cup, but this is the best team we've ever had, and we're already Stanley Cup champions. So I feel like we have a really good chance here to repeat. And I noticed, guys, our AHL team could still use a couple defensemen, so I'll sign Hunter Brunswick here. He actually ended up being a bust as well. 77 overall, 70 potential. So throw him in the top 6. Trying to get the AHL team their first Calder Cup. Axel Hertig here, defensive defenseman, good shot block, stick check, solid physical. Sign him as well. And after those 2 defensemen, guys, who look at the AHL team. So we got Stu Couturier on the first line with Tim Brain of a Stu job. Tim Brain here, kind of crazy. Like, we just drafted him, first round 2028. Already 81 overall. Roll their third line checking forward. Like, he's an overall below both McQueen and Seneca. That's what I mean. Like, those 2 just did not grow enough. And like I said, I feel like it has to be because they're power forwards. I don't know. But that first line, the AHL is nice. Like, Couturier here's actually got a really solid shot. Second line, Fisker Molgaard, Petra, Olesen. You got Beck playing with the 2 Red Wings there, and Danielson and Brandstad Nygaard. You got Spooner, Ritchie, and Procession here on the fourth line. Someone in the comments told me how to say his name. Defensively, we got Wallenius, Leno on the top pair. Warren, Bonk, Hertig, Brunswick. We just signed both of them. And then goaltending here, Suhanik is our starter with Kultiainen backing him up. So I think the AHL team looks pretty good. Maybe in the 8th and final year, we could actually win both the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup. I think that'd be pretty crazy. And in terms of our ratings here, guys, we've got 94 offense, 91 defense, and 90 goaltending. So yeah, like I was saying, this is the best team we've had yet. Hopefully we can win another Stanley Cup, but even if we don't, I am happy with the one we got this episode. If you guys enjoyed the episode, leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.